Welcome back for part 2 of my career mode. Today we're going to try to get into orbit and see what else we can do. So we'll go ahead and start off by accepting the orbit contract, as well as take a look at some of these others. We can test the stack decoupler while landed. That's fairly easy. And a solid fuel booster, because we'll use that when we take off, so we'll do that too. And we'll go ahead and test this as well. The rest will save for later. We spent our science last time, so we got a bunch of new toys to play with this time around. I'm going to build a similar craft to last time. Now that we got two different types of engines, the big one's a little bit more powerful, though it is also... No, it's the same fuel efficiency, but the thing with the smaller engine, even though it's not as powerful, it has some, what's called gimbal. The engine itself moves around to help steer the craft, so I prefer that. Now, we actually have decouplers here, so we'll go ahead and use that, and that'll allow us to get rid of some of this dead weight after it burns off. And since we won't be landing with those, we can get some aerodynamicness on them to help us up instead of parachutes. Let's see what else we need. We'll go ahead and grab some more science on our way up, so we'll need one of these. Actually, we'll make this into a two-stage. So add a small engine here. Decoupler, drag it up a little bit out of the way. Alright, looking good. Go ahead and... oh well. I want to use as little as possible because they're... what? Only 200. Yeah, I only need one, so. Well, it's not letting me put one here, but it'll allow me to do this, so. Alright, check my staging real quick. That's okay. Actually, we'll go ahead and keep those separated. Alright, staging looks pretty good right now. We'll get some parachutes for the landing. Just two, I think, would be okay. And we'll get our goo science here. Can't forget our antenna. And we'll go ahead and add some landing legs. Come on. There we go. Extended, they should be quite a distance past the engine, so that'll work fantastically. Alright, let's see what else we need. I think that's pretty good. Go ahead and put a parachute on top. Oh, these parachutes are a little off. There we go, now that looks good. Alright, so this should be good to get into orbit. And double check the contracts here. Test the solid fuel booster, the RT10s. Double check that's the ones we have. RT10s, yep. Stack decouplers, we got those. Ooh. Need an actual stack decoupler. One of these guys. So we'll go ahead and do that first thing. And launch stability enhancers. Got those, and then achieve orbit. So we'll go ahead and hit that up right there. I'm gonna call it the orbit. Alright, so do our action groups here real quick. Looks like we are ready to go. Go ahead and save it. And now we're going. Alright, now that we're loaded up, get autopilot set, throttle up. Complete that contract real quick. And we are off. That's another 2 contracts, the 2 landed ones. Testing parts. I'll probably go ahead and start the burn for that here right now. Even though I'm way over speed for the height I'm at. Go ahead and throttle back. Save some fuel. Throttle back up. From what I understand, under 10,000 meters you want to stay under 200 meters a second. So that's what I try to do. Oh, I should go for a polar orbit. Wasting a little bit of fuel here, but I'm sure we'll still make it fine. Alright, let's check the map here. Gaining altitude pretty good. Go ahead and make that a little bit steeper incline. Even if this engine doesn't take us all the way into orbit, we have the second one that I added just to make sure. And I forgot to do the science, so. This is from upper atmosphere. I'll go ahead and grab a second one. Oops. Not yet. Alright, we are in orbit now. We'll go ahead and turn off the engine until we break 70,000. Actually, I'll go ahead and start burning just shy of it. Not looking for a clean orbit, just an orbit, so. Go ahead and grab some science while we're here. Now that that part's extinguished, we'll go ahead and detach. Throttle up, or make sure we're throttled up, and initiate the next engine. Now this should be plenty enough to get us into orbit. Unless I totally messed it up by switching the orbit when I was first taking off, but I think we'll be okay. Go ahead and try to push the periapsis out a little bit more. And looks like we have achieved orbit. There we go. So that's another contract done. So we earned 59,000 funds, which was almost double. Yeah, just about double what we already had left after the launch. Some 30 science and 142 rep. Now that we're in a polar orbit, I should be able to EVA a bunch of different biomes. Shores. Oops, gotta deposit that one. Pop back out for over the water. There we go, ice caps. We'll go ahead and try to twist this around so we get try to get as close to KSP as possible. Come on. I'm using the node to get myself a path about where I think we need to be to intercept Kerbal. I probably need to be quite a bit further out, but or give it a shot here. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Well, I didn't make it to Kerbal, or back to KSC, but we are out of fuel. I didn't think about that. At least we are in a trajectory that will take us back into atmosphere, so let's go ahead and speed up time. Bad thing is, we might be over water. Go ahead, extend the landing gear. That might help survive the fall. And deploy the chutes. Whoa. Alright, good stuff. We survived the fall. I'll go ahead and get some ocean science. which I've already used all my goo canisters, but we can fix that later. Get flying over the water, and we pop back out and actually get off. That way we can get the surface sample and in the water. And then we'll go ahead and recover from here and see how we did. Alright, looks like we gained 73 science on that mission, plus a little bit from the contracts brought us up to 144. So we should be able to get plenty of new parts. We also gained 5,200 funds back from the recovery at 65%, plus the funds from the contracts, so that brings us up to 115,000. And of course, Jebediah. So first things first, we'll go spend our science. Now, for the Kerbal science, I like to build a jet to fly around the planet, and the minimum I need will be the next step after this part. But I'll also need the science track down here. That way I can have the Science Junior to be able to do more experiments, and a battery, which will help a lot. But the fuel tank is nice, and the launching clamps and struts are nice, as I've mentioned before. But we'll go ahead and go for the jet. We have just enough to get the basics of what I need to build it. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright. Hey, thanks for watching this part of Bant's Kerbal Space program. The next part will be out soon. If you like what you've seen, then hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe or even just leave a comment or suggestion. Two Average Gamers have been doing some live streaming off our consoles and on the computer, so if you're interested in a variety of different games, check out our Twitch channel as well. As always, a big thanks from Major Hulk and Bant. The links are below. See you next time.